Hey everyone, it's Engineering and Heels back here with another review. Today we're going to talk all things Iriza. I have three pairs, as you can see here in front of me. I got the nude first, I believe, then the black, and then added the pink. So I have kind of a cool collection of them. I'll start by saying when I first saw these in the store, I did not like them. I told my husband that I was like, these are ugly, I don't want these, but how times have changed. So when I first got them, I guess my qualm against them was that it looks very long. There's something long looking about the Iriza, especially in the 100, which I'll get to in a minute, but it's not quite as elegant looking as the Socate, like without it being on your foot. So I think that's kind of something to point out. But I do really love the shoe, and on the foot it's amazing. So yeah, let's just talk about that. So yeah, this is 120 millimeters. Similar in toe box, I think more similar to the Socate than the Pigalle. It's still got that really narrow toe box, and quite a long toe box too. I actually think this toe box is longer than the Socate. So if you want to compare it to another designer, it kind of reminds me of the Jimmy Choo Anouk toe box a little bit. And so I think as you wear it, it actually gets much prettier on your foot because you're stretching out that leather, like I've said in some other videos. As soon as you put on a shoe and it starts to nibble to your foot, it gets a little bit wider, and I think that kind of helps the overall aesthetic of the shoe. Other things I really like design-wise, I love this cutout here. It is super sexy. I love that you can see the foot arch. I have a pretty high arch, so you can really kind of see it like bow out from the shoe, which I think is super sexy. I also love the toe cleavage. There's a ton of toe cleavage in these, even in these 100s, so it's amazing. Other design features to note, it's got a teeny tiny skinny heel. It's even skinnier than a Socate. So you can see in at least the ones that I have had resold or in retipped that my cobbler again didn't have a tip that was skinny enough to even fit this heel. So kind of crazy, but this works out just fine. This 100, he did get in one that is a little bit closer, so you can kind of see that here. So kind of interesting on that. But yeah, the heel itself is super sexy, super duper stiletto and skinny. As you know, I usually prefer 120 millimeters with no platform, but I have branched out into getting hundreds. So I have the black and the nude, both in the 120, and then I have the pink in the 100. And I actually don't think that the 100 looks bad in this shoe because it still retains all those same design elements of the 120. It just happens to be a little bit shorter. So if you're going to go for a shoe that's in 100, I definitely do recommend this. It is more comfortable, I will be honest, but the 120 isn't bad. I wear these to work on the regular. I wear them out. They're a very versatile shoe as far as that goes. So let's talk about sizing. This is the only Louboutin I have that actually runs, I guess you'd say, big. So I get this in a 38.5. My true to size is a 39. So all of these I've been getting in a 38.5. And if you go into the boutiques, if they still offer them, which I think they might at least in some, but I'm not 100% sure, if you've got a good salesperson in the boutique, they will tell you to size down. So just something to be aware of. The 38.5 was not too tight on my foot either when I got it. So you may even need to size down a little bit more. It just depends on your foot. So yeah, breaking these in is a little bit easier than the Socate, and I think that is kind of a function of not having as much leather and having a little bit more freedom of movement for your foot. So definitely kind of a cool thing. Some other things that I would bring out about these, I guess, you can see that they all have been broken in pretty well in the toe box at this point. So kind of cool to see that. I've sent these off to different places to get resold, so I guess we can talk about that as well. These two have been resold by my cobbler here in town. Love them, they do a great job. And then for this pair, I actually sent these off to my shoe hospital. I think they're based down in Texas, and I did have a really good experience with them. They did give me a couple free shoe resolings, so thank you to them, that was awesome. But I will have to say, durability-wise, it's not been great. The My Shoe Hospital sole is actually on both the left and right shoe is actually peeling off. So I actually had to use some shoe goo to put that back on. So longevity-wise, my cobbler definitely does a better job, but I would still recommend if you don't have a cobbler near you, My Shoe Hospital is kind of a good place to send it off to. So yeah, I guess that's basically about it. You know, showing this 100 here again. This one isn't quite as broken in as the other two because this is newer. And as far as where I got these from, I actually, a trick that I use, not really a trick, but it's a helpful tip. If Louboutin in your home country, like I'm here in the US, doesn't have the shoe that you want, make sure to check some other boutiques across the world. It depends on the boutique, but some will ship internationally. And the one that I highly recommend is Hong Kong. So they do a great job. They are super responsive and they will send it to you, and the shipping is not that expensive. So it's really awesome. I definitely highly recommend checking out Louboutin Hong Kong if you have not. And sometimes, a lot of times, they have a lot of a different style too. You'll sometimes find like higher heels or like smaller sizes, just depending on what you're looking for. So definitely kind of a cool thing. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this review, and I just want to say thank you to everybody that has been supporting me on Patreon. You guys are awesome. You have funded this awesome new microphone that we are testing out in this video, so thanks. Your support goes directly to equipment and shoes and all sorts of fun stuff that help us keep this channel going and growing. And if you don't follow me over there, please do. Check me out. It's not that expensive to support me. You can start with just $1 a month, which is pretty awesome. And I try to throw some goodies your way. And then if you don't follow me on Instagram, I'm at Engineering in Heels. Thanks again for watching this Iriza comparison video. Hope this was helpful.